And this client had called my wife to let her know to cancel the appointment. Okay, and so my wife texted me and said, "Hey, the 1 o'clock appointment is rescheduling. Move on." So I thought, no, can you hear me? Okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine, man.
Okay. So I said, "Oh my God, I'm
Can
like,
you hear me, buddy?
yes, loud and clear, buddy, loud and clear, loud and clear."
All
Welcome, welcome, no worries. So this 1 o'clock appointment. Okay, so I thought, oh my gosh, I'm 10 minutes away. There's no way. I'm just going to go anyway. So I went to this client's home at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, knocked on the door, and lo and behold, the client opened the door. And she said, "Well, I just called the appointment and told her that I wouldn't be here." I said, "Well, you're already here." "Well, you can't come in." And she didn't want me in the home at all. At absolute nowhere. She was shaking. She had a large German Shepherd. Okay, it was pretty much guarding the front door. I'm thinking, wow, what's going on here? And then, of course, I'm trying to get my way in. I said, "I'm already here. Let me go through the presentation. It'll take a few moments." And she said, "Well, you're already here. You know what? Let's do it here. Let's do it outside." So outside, and there's a big garbage trash can. Big type trash can, Robert. God, can you imagine this? It stunk. I don't know what was inside there at the time, but this garbage can stunk. And I got my laptop, and I poured it out on top of this garbage can in this lady's home. She would not allow me in. And then later on, the great thing about it, I wrote her up. But she went on to tell me the reason why she canceled the appointment, because of the shooting across the way earlier that morning.
Oh, man.
Okay, so police and everything going on. So the only thing I would say that the lesson out of that is that when you got appointments, folks, just go on them, regardless whether your appointment's set or whether the client calls to cancel. Just act dumb to it. "Oh, I'm already here." But in this case, I wrote the appointment on the garbage trash can. Never forget. That's unusual. Yeah. How about you?
You remember, Ralph? That was well. I can tell you that one of the craziest times. But Michelle was getting ready to give a nugget out. I think. Well, actually, the nugget she's telling me to give it. We used to always make sure, and it was one thing you used to do, and then you taught us, and we've always taught everybody, when you're in the field working, especially if you're working out of town, and the call comes in from an unknown number or from that area code, and you're working, you don't take that call, because it might be the client calling to reschedule or to cancel. Just go to the appointment, no matter what. Just go. Because sometimes they may cancel, like you said, true enough, but they're sitting right there. So I'd have to say the craziest place I ever wrote an app and did an appointment. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. I had gone out there and had called my clients. We had been calling, trying to set an appointment with them. And Michelle sent me out there with the lead to keep trying to call and get them while I was there to fill in, any spots that we had holes. And I was running around, got done from all my appointments at the end of the day, scrubbed all my business in the hotel room, and lost track of time. Man, you know how that is when you're out on the road. And I picked up the phone and called the number on it. And the person answered the phone, and I was like, "Ralph?" And he was like, "Yes." I said, "Hi, this is Robert." And I went into the appointment, kind of telling him who I was. And he said, "Do you know what time it is?" And I looked at the clock in the hotel room, and I said, "Well, I'm over here from Texas, and I've been out working all day, and I'm looking at the clock in the hotel room, and unless it's wrong, it says it's 12:30 a.m., and I lost track of time." And I said, "But I've called you at, and I went through all the little times that were on the lead that we had written down when we had called him, and there was no answer." And he started laughing. And he said, I kept seeing the number come up on my phone. He said, "But I was at work." He said, "My wife and I own our own business." He said, "We leave, it's by 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning every morning. We just got home." And so I said, "Well, I guess this is about the best time to reach you then." And he started laughing. He said, "Yeah, it is." He goes, "I was just surprised that anyone was trying to call." And I said, "Well, listen," I said, "if this is the only time that you're home," I said, "because obviously you can't do anything at your place of business, or you would have given me a business number." I said, "What are you doing tomorrow night around 12:30? And he started laughing. He goes, "Well, you're going to come to my house at 12:30 tomorrow night or in the morning." I said, "Well, yeah." I said, "Because again," I said, "if you were able to do this at your place of business, you would have obviously given me a business number. So if this is the best time to get you at home, I'll be there at 12:30. He said, "Well, come on by." So I get over there, and they're living in a trailer behind the house that they're building. And so We did the entire appointment on the tailgate of his pickup truck under flashlights.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
But we
Wow.
got it done.
That's brilliant. That's we're here to talk about the nuts and bolts, and that's you got to be prepared. Robert, if you didn't have the nuts and bolts, if you didn't have the facts, if you wasn't prepared, okay, 24/7, you got to be able to write. Michelle Wallace, okay, you've heard of Michelle Wallace. She's incredible, one of the best in the business when it comes to clothing, one of the best in the business when it comes to setting appointments. And I want you folks, okay, listen to this real quick. Listen to how Michelle. Folks, listen, take notes right now, because I'm going to put Michelle on the spot. And Michelle's going to call you up, and look how slick, how smooth she is, and how she reels you in and gets the appointment. What's great about Michelle's appointments, folks, is this. She gets a 90% success rate. In other words, she'll make the appointment, and 9 times out of 10, that client is home. And that's pretty strong. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe about 95% now, and that's pretty strong. So, Michelle, take it away on your appointment setting skills. Give us a role play as to what you do, how you do it, what you say.
Okay, am I calling you then?
No, you're calling Robert.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, who am I calling? Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, Robert.
Yes.
Hi, Robert. This is Michelle. I'm giving you a quick follow-up call. I got a request from you for some mortgage, life, and disability benefits for you and your family. And I wanted to let you know we're going to have one of our specialists there in your area on Monday and Tuesday. So we'd like to schedule a time that we can meet with you. It's going to take about 20-30 minutes. Go over which benefits were important to you, help customize a plan to put that in place for you, and when we leave, you will be protected. So would Monday afternoon at 4 or Tuesday evening at 6 be better for you?
Well, what was this? What was this again? What letter?
Oh, this is the request you sent me for your mortgage, life, and disability benefits. If something happened to you or your wife, it's going to make sure that it's going to give the other one the money they need to pay off their home, or if you got sick or injured.
Oh, okay.
Remember that one? It was pink, probably.
Yeah, my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife showed that to me. Yeah.
Okay.
So what? So when is somebody going to be? They're going to come to my house?
Yes, we will. Now I have your address is 421 Water Oak. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yes. So I had Monday at 4 or Tuesday at 6. Which was better that you'll both be home?
Well, it would have to be the Tuesday at probably the Tuesday at 6:30.
Okay.
I know 4 o'clock we're not back from stuff yet. So.
Okay. Well, I've got 6:30 already covered. How about 7? Will that work for you then?
Yes. 7 will be good.
Perfect. Okay. So I'll have you write this down, because I want to make sure you don't forget to tell your wife when we surprise you, but it's actually going to be, the specialist name will be Robert. He'll have a copy of your request and all your information, and like I said, he'll meet you Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock and go over this, find out exactly what you're looking for, and when he leaves, you and your family will have this taken care of.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
All right, thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was brilliant. And see how smooth that was, Robert? It's so natural. She says it in her sleep. And the reason why, because she said it 1,000 times, folks, okay? And that's what you need to do. That's the key. You've got to do that over and over and over again. You practice. You buy the leads that with the inventory. Start with the small leads, or start working with your friends and the family. What was that one line, Robert? What was that one line, that nugget there, $100,000 nugget that we gave away on Friday? Share that with the folks right now, the folks that weren't there. Who do you have?
Which nugget are you talking about? We gave out about 5 or 6. Which one?
That one question, okay, to get the
who?
Okay.
Or actually, it was who. It was who do you have your insurance with? Who do you have?
Hold on, Robert. I'm looking at the InVida crystal ball, and there's a lot of perplexed faces right now. So what is he talking about?
Mm-hmm.
What is he saying? I could break that down. Break down why you say that. Why you ask that question, how effective it is.
You got it, buddy. Listen, we know, okay, we know a lot of you have been working your warm market. You haven't started working leads yet. So, you know, it's one of these things where I'm sure you don't want your friends to throw up the garlic over the door and paint their house with crosses to keep the vampires away, because you know you just don't want that. You know, oh my gosh, they're coming with something else. So you know, we shared a very effective disarming question with those that were in training on Friday that you can approach your friends, your family, your neighbors with, you know, casually in conversation. You just, you know, hey Ralph, you know, I've been meaning to ask you a question. Who do you have your insurance with?
Wow.
That way you can get yourself in the door to sit and talk to your friends, your family, your neighbors. Now they're going to come back with all kinds of answers. They're going to come back and say, "Oh, I have Geico, or I have State Farm, or they may say they have, you know, United Healthcare or Blue Cross. They may say, oh, I've got, you know, MetLife, New York Life." It doesn't matter. You don't want to narrow it down and say, who do you have your life insurance with, or who do you have your mortgage protection with? Just who do you have your insurance with? You'll clarify it when you get there. You want them to have an open door and open-minded. And if they say, well, I've got it with whatever the company is, you just simply ask them, well, you know what, Ralph, let me ask you, what is it the old type or the new type?
Oh, well, what do you mean is it the old type or new type? I mean,
you know what? That's exactly why I need to see. You know what? What are you doing tomorrow night tomorrow night around 7:30? I'm gonna swing by and I'll show you exactly what I mean. You must have the old type. The fact that you said what you did, most people I've been talking to, and even myself, I found out I did, and I found out that, you know what? I was in the wrong place. I was in the wrong place. So tomorrow night 7:30, I'm gonna swing by and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about.
No, yeah, why not? Because you got me thinking now. Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right,
do I need to put my policies out?
Yeah, you know what? Have all your policies out. Have all your policies out, man. I'm gonna blow your mind.
Brilliant. Look forward to seeing you then, my mate. My friend.
All right, partner. All right.
So that one line right there, okay, that one line right there should give you a minimum of 3 additional appointments per week outside of your regular schedule. 3 additional appointments per week.
Woo.
That means right there, you're pretty much guaranteed 1 additional sale per week. Okay, and the average sale that we got at $1,500, you do the maths, folks. You do it. But it's not going to work if you don't do it, if you don't try it, if you don't do it. You say, oh, it's not going to work. Of course it won't work. It won't work if you don't do it, if you don't try it. So I can tell you right now, the feedback I've got since the Friday trainings have been unbelievable. Unbelievable. So simple, yet so effective. How? They're in the door. There's people out there right now, and they should be on this call, okay, but we excuse this one individual who got an appointment. The only time he can get was right now, based upon that one question. And I guarantee they're going to walk out with an application. It works. What do you think, Philip?
Ralph, I'm here, man. I do apologize for getting this thing started off wrong, but y'all doing an awesome job. I was just sitting here listening and didn't want to butt in at all, buddy, because y'all got it under control. I did want to do proper introductions and all that good stuff, but we're halfway in the call now. They know who you are.
We introduced ourselves in the first 8 minutes and nobody's listening.
I hear you. You can't see, Robert. You can't see the picture of you and Michelle, right?
Yeah, man. I'm sitting there thinking, who is this good-looking couple right here?
Well, let me just back up for 1 second, because there's another nice-looking fellow, Ralph, standing in front of the room. And again, Ralph Simpson, excited to be back in the industry to share his knowledge and experience with others. You know, I wanted to show where basically we did our promotions. And folks, this is a big thing here. If you take a look at Nanette and Bobby, they got their agency leader promotions Friday night, took them out to dinner, rewarded them, got their little packet. But basically, they got their complete value proposition. And we're going to talk more about this as we go. But it enables them to start sharing in bonus structures, profit sharing, business legacy programs, where they own their business, they're able to sell their business at certain levels. They're fully vested. They can you know, will it, leave it, so on and so forth. But I did want to show these also in Dallas, Texas. I mean, we had some unbelievable training. If you look at that picture there, you'll see Ralph, Robert, and myself in the back getting our heads together. I mean, it was just an awesome, awesome day for these folks to get the knowledge and get what was going on there. This was actually in San Antonio. I got to give a shout out to my man there. He's usually dressed to the nines. He had his little purple shirt on, all that stuff, and spilt a cup of coffee all over his whole outfit and had to put his T-shirt on. So Tim normally doesn't show up with a T-shirt. I promise you guys that. That's kind of not his style. And then that was in Houston. So we had some great meetings that a lot of people, a lot of activity, a lot of stuff going on. And again, I give credit a lot to the boot camp with these folks here and this couple, which we call them the industry powerhouse couple, ready to share their secrets to success. They've been successful. You know, Robert was a banker in Dallas. He was, you know, a little bit of everything. So we give them a lot of credit for what's going on. And at this point, guys, and I just say guys, Michelle, you're one of the guys, all right? You just look better than the rest of the guys. That's okay. We're not mad at you. But, you know, the tidbits and the information that they were giving out in the boot camp training, you know, as it was going over, they had people get up, stand up, and actually participate in this. And it was amazing to me how people got really comfortable with what they were talking about, you know, and just going back and forth, back and forth. Now, Ralph, the one that got me, and when I'm listening to you guys go through this, you're not taking no for an answer. You're overcoming things. I want people to understand the nuggets that's really there, because the nuggets are so important, but you guys are overcoming and, again, not taking no for an answer. Now, Ralph did this with Bridget, and Bridget gave him, she was doing it on purpose, and he asked her to. She was giving him a hard time, and Ralph took control. Ralph had 100% confidence and wiped out all of her objections and moved forward. But she thought she was going to catch him off guard. So the key to all of this, folks, is staying in control. I was taught years ago, okay, you don't score points on defense, you score on offense. So if somebody continues to try to have control of the conversation, which is what these folks are doing here this evening with you, and I want to make sure you understand and really pick up on what's going on. If somebody tries to get control of the conversation, you have to, number one, stop them in their tracks, and number two, get in control of the conversation. All right? And Ralph did that very well. So, Ralph, do you remember that example?
It was actually she tried to tell me, if I recall, that she's going to be challenging her with her teammates. No, she's got friends of hers that will not make an appointment with her. It's not that easy. So I said, fine, go ahead and challenge me. Just challenge, be one of your friends, okay? So I called, and I attempted to make an appointment, and then I forgot what the negative was, what the objection was. I got it. Pretend I'm Bridget, buddy, because I got it. That thing stuck in my mind, in my heart. Okay. Just pretend I'm Bridget. Don't be laughing at me, Robert. Just pretend I'm Bridget. Bridget, your voice has changed.
I understand.
Hey, I got you. Hey, okay. Bridget called me. No, I called Bridget. Hey, Bridget. Hey, this is Ralph. How you doing?
I'm not doing too good, Ralph. I'm not doing too good. These kids around here are driving me nuts, man. They all over me. They want me to take them somewhere. You know, it's driving me nuts. Can I bring them over to your house a little while, just drop them off, man? I'm just sick and tired of them, mama.
You know, it's funny you talk about kids and Bridget. I was just watching the news. I'm sure you watched it earlier. About a 5-year-old that just got killed. Just so sad. They just buried it. My heart went out to this poor family. Okay, and that just lost their life, that just buried their loved one. And you know, and that makes me realize how much I really appreciate the business I'm in, okay, because you can't take life for granted. I'm sure you can relate to that. And that, in fact, while I got you on the phone, Bridget, okay, I'm going to come by tomorrow. It's my duty to come by tomorrow to see you and talk to you about what I picked up, what I learned from the death of that young child. And you've got a child, I've got a child. Your family's got a child, okay? And there's no way I can not see you tomorrow and talk about what I'm doing right now. So tomorrow I'll be there tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Make sure your husband's there.
What, and I don't understand. What are we talking about with my kids?
Okay, like I said, I'm going to make sure that being a friend of mine, I'm going to make sure that your family's protected. End of story. I'm going to make sure your family's protected, got the coverage that you need. You know the business I'm in. You know what I do, okay? And you know everything I do well. So I want to see you tomorrow, okay? What I just saw kind of shook me up on TV, and just give me 5 minutes of your time. I'll be doing you an total injustice by not talking to you tomorrow. I'm going to swing by there, whether you like it or not, Bridget. You're my buddy. You're my friend. I'll see you and your hubby tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And you know what? Make sure you got my coffee. I like my coffee, right? The same color as the palm of my hands, as always. See you then. I've got to go. Sounds good?
Yeah, see you then.
See you then, buddy. Cheers.
Folks, let me explain what just happened. Again, the emotion, and Ralph did not let her, it wouldn't have mattered what the excuse was. She could have said anything she wanted to say, but he turned it around and he was thinking on his feet. Now, chances are he didn't see a commercial about a child being buried. Now, am I saying he's lying to her? No. What I'm saying is he takes what he's given on the other end of that phone, just like every single one of us. There's 4 people right now between Robert, Michelle, Ralph, and myself. And each one of us are seasoned enough to know that whatever comes on that other end, we have to overcome it and draw them closer to us. We have to be a magnet. We can't overcome them and tick it off, okay? So overcome the objection and draw them closer. That's our goal. That's our objective. That's what we're doing. And I guarantee you I could throw anything at them. We could go on all night with this and throw anything at either one of the 3 of these. They could throw it back at me. It wouldn't matter. We're going to overcome it, and we're going to get, I was taught, guys, like years ago, if somebody just keeps talking and keeps talking and keeps talking, all I got to do is stop them to get back up on top. So I'm going to throw them a question out that doesn't even matter, Ralph, to what they're talking about. So if you were just to continue to talk to me and wouldn't let me stop, I would stop you and I say, Ralph, hold on a minute, slow down, man, slow down. What kind of car you got?
Right, exactly.
So what are you going to say? What else is he talking about? What color is it?
Number one, I'm not listening to that. I'm just going to totally ignore that. I'm going to continue what I was saying. Like I said, I'll be there tomorrow at 7 o'clock. As a matter of fact, what I'll do, I'll drive the car. You're going to like what I got. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
All right, you got it. All right, guys. Well, that's the whole idea behind it, is overcoming the objections and getting them closer, and that's what you're doing. So you guys, let me make sure what I got. I got so twisted around here and started. There's another picture of all 3 of y'all. It looks pretty cool. Okay.
It's funny. It's funny, Philip. I saw, Jose did a role play too. Okay, and he did $24,000 in 3 days. Okay, and we just had to hear how he did his presentation at the boot camp there. And wow, he did an incredible role play, and he did exactly the same thing. And he said it himself. He will not allow the client to get a word in. He gets point over, be very effective, and then bam, I'm going to see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock or tomorrow or the day after at 2 o'clock, which is better for you. Yep. And they try to interrupt, but no, he went straight through, and that's why he's so successful. I mean, he's a partner.
Oh, yeah, you don't close $30,000 in business in 3 or 4 days by being passive. You got to be in control. You got to be confident. You got to do it all. Right. So, guys, that's kind of the nuts and bolts. And y'all got any more examples you'd like to go through real quick, and then we'll move on? Are you good?
We're good.
Michelle?
Okay.
Not anything specific. I think the one thing that's important that, what Philip is highlighting about what we talk about, when you have to get good at knowing how to overcome people's objections, people have a natural objection sometimes to feeling like, oh, I'm going to get sold something I don't want, or, I'm going to have to make a decision about something major that's maybe difficult, or whatever their thought process might be. But that's where you have to arm yourself more in this industry by knowing and understanding why it's so important we do what we do. I know it may sound kind of funny, but it's actually good to read about different statistics, the things that are happening in your communities and what is going on. So you do have those stories, and you do have things that people can relate to and understand because it's really happening. So I think that's a real important, thing that kind of got brought up. And it, he said, whether you know the story or not, you do need to know the stories. You do need to know what's important and who it affects. And if you're brand new to the industry and you haven't had all those experiences yet to see things happen personally to some of your clients, then you grow and develop it. And that's why it's so important you're on these calls and you're listening to other agents and you're in the meetings and you're out, talking and getting in and around the industry so that you are equipped with the information and the emotion and the passion that's necessary to help them understand how to make the right decision for them and their family.
Absolutely. Very well said. Very well said. Okay, guys, we're going to move. We got about another 15 minutes. And again, I apologize for getting this thing started off on the wrong foot, but y'all took over and did a great job. Don't go anywhere. I may come back to you. March Madness, Mr. Mark Stone, are you on the call?
I am, Philip.
I'm going to throw that one over to you, buddy.
All right, thanks. Hey, everybody. Welcome this Sunday night. I've got some exciting news to share with everyone. We've had our March Madness contest going through since the beginning of March. We're now in the middle of May, so we decided to call it Spring Madness instead. And as we continue to move on with it, and the exciting thing is we have two very lucky people who are going to be able to spend time with Philip in the Dominican Republic. And Philip, you want to let folks know a little bit about what's going to happen there?
Yes, we let's see, I'll move it on through the slides because we know the winners and the brackets. We were down to Jose, Michelle, and Nanette, and here's what's going to take place. You're going to get to spend time with myself and Cammie. We're going to spend a lot of time on the beach. We're going to spend a lot of time at the pool. We're going to eat good. We're going to grill out. We're going to go see some sights. We're going to go different places. There's one place that is very, very near and dear to our hearts. It's called Macau Beach. It's one of the most beautiful pieces of scenery I've seen, and I've traveled the world pretty much everywhere you want to go in my 35 years. And when you top the hill and come into this beach, it's one of the prettiest scenes you'll ever experience. People stop, get out of the car, start taking pictures before they get there. This beautiful white sand, you pull up to the beach, drive up the beach, get out at this little small, they call them restaurants, I call them a little hut. The lady knows me, she comes running out when she sees me. We don't speak the same language, but we know what's going on, okay? We embrace every time we get there. She's like, I remember you, da-da-da-da-da. But then they go get the lobsters fresh out of the water, bring them up. We get to pick our lobsters, pick the fish you want, pick the shrimp, all this stuff. They fix everything, take umbrellas out, set them out on the beach, and you set out on the umbrellas, go swimming. Next thing you know, they're waving their arms saying, your food's ready. Come over, sit down, relax, eat, spend the rest of the day on the beach. They bring out ice cream. They bring out, freezer pops. They got everything, okay? So it's just an amazing, amazing trip. We got a private island that we can take a boat and go over to the island, and they have a huge, 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 Tim, don't listen to this one, but they have a huge, huge, huge buffet that goes on all day, and you just eat, and swim and do, and play ping pong, play volleyball, anything you want to do, catch a boat, come back. I mean, it's, massages, it's just so many things to do there. But the other thing that they're going to get is they're going to get time, and when you get time with myself and Cammie, basically there's two different things going to happen there. I was the owner of the last company, built the company, understand from the ground up what to do, everything we're talking about here tonight, and Cammie was an agent, so she understands everything. So you're going to get two perspectives of the business, and we're going to sit around at night by the campfire. We're going to talk. We're going to take notes. We're going to help you build a business plan, and you're going to come back relaxed, rejuvenated, just lathered up with information, ready to go. Okay, so the winners, the champion is Mr. Jose, and the runner-up is Michelle Carter. All right.
Yeah, and they've both done an amazing job, all through the contest. The great thing about Jose and Nanette and Michelle has just been their consistency throughout in this contest.
Yep, and you can see it right there, Mark.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, look how close it was between Michelle and Nanette, and just a great job by Jose winning this. And Michelle might not remember, Philip, but she did promise to bring me along. And I've actually been Speedo shopping all weekend, so.
I think she did remember because she told me she was bringing a surprise guest.
Oh, well, there you go. Excellent.
Might be you, buddy. I don't know.
Fantastic. Michelle, I've got my swimsuits all lined up. I'm ready to go.
All right.
So, yeah, it's really just an amazing job by all three folks. Congratulations to Jose and Michelle. And again, what a great consistent run all the way through. Now, for the folks who have still been competing in our second chance bracket, we had our round 4 finish up this past Thursday. We're now into round 5, and you can see our winners here from the round 4. We had Rick Zeller with a nice win over Wally, and then Fernando Gonzalez beat out Denny Faircloth, which was also a very solid win. And then Bridget continues to move on, and also Bridget's been consistent also throughout this contest. She's been in the second chance bracket for a while and continues to work her way up, and a nice solid win there. Donald Mayo, also very consistent week to week. Same with Kevin. That was a tough matchup, and Donald moves on to round 5. And we've got Craig Collins, who beat Bobby White, probably because Bobby hasn't taken the advice we've been providing week after week. Probably didn't stretch last week and cramped up. But Craig moves on to that round 5. And then Maria Gonzalez beats Scott Lindsay. And Maria, also being very consistent, moves on to round 5 as well. So then we've got our round 5 matchups that started this past Friday, and then go on to the following Thursday. So we've got Fernando Gonzalez against Rick Zeller, and then Bridget Pouncil against Donald Mayo, and Maria Gonzalez against Craig Collins. And those folks our set for our round 6 for our second chance bracket. So we're getting very close. The winners here then move into the final bracket where we will be picking our winners for our trip to Hudgens Hills. And Philip, you did such a great job of explaining what's going to happen at Dominican. You want to let folks know what we've got in store at Hudgens Hills?
Yeah, thank you, Mark. The golf course is in full bloom. It's beautiful out there. The green, everything is right. We're going to play some golf. We're going to hang out. We'll open that garage there and back some of the cars out and let them pick the ones they want to drive. We'll go inside. We'll swim. We'll bowl a little while. We'll climb some rock climbing. We'll go upstairs and watch some motivational movies in the theater. We'll cook outside in the outdoor kitchen and just kind of hang out. But at the same time, we'll go by the fire pit at night and make some s'mores, whatever it is. But at the same time, this individual couple here, this is winner take all in this bracket. So it's one special couple that's going to come out on top, and you're going to get everything we got poured right into you individually as a couple. So we're going to give you the knowledge, the same thing. You're going to come out of there you're going to be rejuvenated. You're going to be, I don't say this braggingly. I say it very, very humble. Every bed in the house has the Western beds in it, so you can't pick a uncomfortable bed. The cabin that you'll be staying in, is Western beds. It's your own loft, your own, fireplace there if you need it. Everything's there that you're going to need. Then we pick you up in the mornings, bring you up for breakfast. We'll have lunch, dinner, you know, again, just unbelievable what you're going to get from being at the right place at the right time. And that'll be with Cammie and myself again. And this young lady is killer when it comes to understanding appointments, how to set them, what to do, you know, all of these things. Okay. So
yeah, absolutely. And you know, I've had the pleasure of being hosted by you and Cammie, and it was a great experience while I was there. Weston beds are my absolute favorite. I have 2 of them in my house here, and it was such a pleasure to be able to spend that time with you and your family, and you know, and I think for our winner to be able to spend that time and get to know you better, get to know Cammie better, and I think they'll come away with a wealth of knowledge. So good luck to everybody in that bracket, and you know, stay consistent. You see our matchups there, and I think it's going to be a pretty close race to the finish. So we'll see in 2 weeks who moves on to that final round, and good luck to those people there. And you know, for everybody else on the call, there are plenty of opportunities. I mean, you've heard today from Ralph and Robert and Michelle, and you know, how their experiences out in the field, and how to work leads and how to work that warm market. And there are so many opportunities, not just for a great income that you can see you can make, but then also too what our carriers provide and what they're offering. And you know, we've got a great trip as well, a great incentive that's from Americo. So if somebody can switch to that next slide.
Yeah, if you'll hang on 1 second, Mark, I want to make sure that we got this one straight, because I'm getting some text in here from Amy and Tim.
Yeah.
And I think they're coming to you too. They're saying that out of these that are left, this is the last week, and this is not my expertise here, but they're saying out of these that are left, winner take all.
Okay.
So 5 rounds, and I apologize for any confusion now, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, and what they're notifying me is this is the 5th week and the final week, and winner take all. So somebody's going to come out of that bracket, I'm assuming, if that's the case, with more points than everybody else, and that's the one on top.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so it'd be the person with the most points in this next round would be the winner.
So instead of Maria going against Craig and then somebody getting in that slot, Donald going against Bridget, somebody in that slot, Rick going against Fernando, somebody in that slot, it's just out of all 6 of these people, this chart should come down to 1 and say the one with the most points out of these 6 wins the bracket, and it's over.
Well, it's going to be a tight race all the way through. So, like I said, it's a great group of people, and I certainly wish them all the best. And with a winner take all, make sure you're getting every point you possibly can this week to get that done.
This wouldn't be the week for those 6 to slow down, would it, Mark?
No, not at all, for sure.
They've come this far. Don't slow down now.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is what you're speaking of.
Yeah, so you know, for everyone else on the call, you know, like I said, if you really take to heart what Ralph and Robert and Michelle and Philip all covered today, you know, in a very short amount of time, because it'll be here before you know it, you can find yourself in Maui with Americo. And this is a fantastic opportunity. It's a fantastic incentive. These folks really know how to do these type of incentives. And when you look at what the qualifications are, and you look at the weeks that are remaining in the contest, and you just knock that down to 2 sales per week, that's really all you need. You will find yourself there. And you know, Maui's a fantastic, magical place. If you've never been, it really is the opportunity. It really is an opportunity of a lifetime for people. And when I say that, you know, I say that as an opportunity of a lifetime, not just because of the destination, but once you're there and once you qualify for one of these incentives, and look at this beautiful scenery, once you do that, you will have that in your blood. And once that's there, you will find a way naturally to be at as many of these incentives as you can. You know, like as Philip has said before, if you're not focused on the incentives and you're just focused on protecting families and building your business, how hard is 2 sales a week at that point? So if that's a pace to get you to a destination like this, it's not going to, that's not going to be your focus. Just focusing on growing your business will automatically get you there. And then once you're there, you will have, I don't know what better way to call it, but the mojo to continue to qualify and to continue to get to all the incentives that are available for you. And you know, each week we focus in on a different one. And this is one of my favorites. It's a great location. It's a great opportunity to bring a spouse or adult significant other, and really enjoy the rewards of what you do and what you're doing in terms of protecting families and providing a better life for your family as well. So stay focused and you'll be there as well. And Philip, you've been to Hawaii many times, I know, and it's just a magical destination.
You know what it is, and the amazing thing about this, when Amy and I was putting this slideshow together, these are actual pictures that we took on our last vacation to Maui. We carried our blended family of 22 people and spent a week, and these are the places that we went to, and it's amazing to remember. I mean, I can just see the family there, their eyes, it's just amazing where we were at, the luau's, going out, and this was like our private vacation, which is totally different. It's amazing to do this, number one, but the real amazing thing is to do it with a company, as you said, Mark, that you can't even spend money. If you're not careful, you will come back home with more money than you went over there with. I've done it plenty of times. Not that I'm tight. I've just done it plenty of times because they don't allow you to spend no money.
No, not a dime. Not a dime.
So, 32 weeks at 2 sales a week, folks, I'll be honest with you, even if you're in line to win a trip with another company, I'd figure out a way to put at least 2 sales over here, 2 or 3 sales to lock that thing in and win that particular trip, because, that's why we have different carriers. America does have the IUL also. They do have the simplified issue. They now have the online application that you can use. So I know a lot of folks at one time were writing here, and they switched now. I'm not trying to take anything away from your favorite company, folks. Don't misunderstand this. I'm just saying, if it fits, then put it where it fits. That's all I'm saying. It's entirely up to you where you write your business, but I think you can work around to where if you're in and it's $250,000 or less, it's full simplified issue, and this particular one happens to fit, and they pay every single day, by the way, you can put it there, make it happen. It works for you. It works for the customer. Everybody's fine. So I'd spread it out just a little bit and diversify myself. When there's a need that you can take care of it in a certain place, use that. Okay?
Yep, absolutely. And that new e-app, Philip, it just makes things so much simpler and allows that policy to get issued so much faster and the individual to get paid so much quicker. It's a really nice process.
Now, I do have one question that came to me. I'm going to back up. I hate to keep going backwards on this.
Yep.
I just got a question. Is there 2 more weeks or 1 more week? There's 1 more week, winner take all, and next Thursday is the final day for business, correct? Thursday's the cutoff day, right? That's when it normally is every week.
Thursday is our cutoff normally for a week, yes.
Okay. Now Tim's coming back saying 2 more weeks. So you know what? I'm going to let him get on the call and explain this, because he said 1 more week.
Well, normally, Philip, our rounds have gone 2 weeks. So so normally then that round would have started this past Friday, the 13th. And then this round will end on close of business on the 26th.
Okay, so this round ends close of business 26.
Yep.
So there's 2 more weeks. Okay.
2 weeks.
I'll get confirmation on all of that and give it to the leaders in the morning. I apologize for the confusion. I got 3 emails said 1 more week, and then I just got an email said 2 more weeks. So I'm probably the wrong one to be talking about this contest because this is not my contest. But it's a great contest, and we're going to win. Somebody is. So it is what it is. But hang in there. We'll get clarification for you. But Mark is saying the 26th, and that's the date I would use because he's been on top of this contest since the beginning.
Yes, it's close of business on Thursday the 26th. So again, make sure if you're one of those folks, get as many points as you can over this period because you're not going to want to miss that. And then also at the same time, it gets you that much closer to Maui or one of the other destinations that our carriers have available to you. So, and that's the beauty of what we've been doing with the Madness contest, as well as the fact that hey, all that production also counts towards each of the carrier qualifications as well. So just a great opportunity all around. And if you're already out of the Madness contest, then like Philip said, 2 apps a week. And before you know it, you'll be in Maui, and like I said, it can be absolutely life-changing for so many people.
Absolutely, thank you, Mark. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because we went over here, but folks, this is going to be your best shot at winning Maui, any of the trips. If you understand to go out, I explained it very well the other day in our boot camp. But for every person you put in, you put 3 more in under it, you end up getting $6,000 in premium. Folks, you go out and recruit 4 or 5 wide, teach them to go down, you're in Maui. It's just that simple, okay? We just got to track it, keep up with it, move forward. I'm not going to cover this tonight because we really got through. I do want to hit this lightly but strongly. Folks, this is going to be here before you know it. And I promise you, the person that's going to win the biggest, okay, you're going to come out, the biggest winner is the person that has the biggest team in Dallas, July 22nd to 24th. It's going to be a major event. It's your earn and grow event, folks, and it's just the nuggets that are going to be there are just unbelievable. And you don't want to miss this event, but you don't want to come by yourself either. So you really want to pump it from now. This May, you got a couple of months left to get people there. It'll be a life-changing meeting, folks. I'm telling you, the carriers will be there. They always bring in things. They always give away things. They always motivate people. They always announce their next trips and give you a heads up. And just all kinds of things that happen at these events. They'll have booths set up. You can talk to people. It's just amazing. So you don't want to miss these events whatsoever, and everybody knows we're an event-to-event culture, okay? Mark, I really do appreciate your participation tonight, buddy. As always, you did a fine job. I know, Ralph, I appreciate you, Robert, Michelle. And to close us out, I think Robert has one more nugget, folks, so please don't go away. Hang on to this nugget, and Robert, take us home, buddy.
All right, Philip, and I appreciate that. And you know what, folks, this is just a preview of some of the nuggets and knowledge that you will get when you attend the Live and Grow event. So make sure that that you're getting these registrations in. Many of us, I'll tell you right now, many of us have been setting appointments, and I know that I'm not the only one that ever heard, oh, well, I already have an appointment with someone else, right, Philip?
Oh, absolutely, buddy.
So, okay, so Mr. Hudgens, so if I hear you correctly, you're telling me you already have an appointment with one of my competitors?
Yes, sir. He called before you did.
Well, when is that appointment?
That appointment, let's see, this is Sunday. He's coming in on Tuesday of next week.
Oh, Mr. Hudgens, that's not good, because I only have 4 competitors: death, disability, illness, and old age. And my job is to see my clients before my competitors do. So why don't I come see you this Wednesday so we can get this taken care of before my competitor shows up, because you don't want to meet with one of my 4.
Wow, that's brilliant.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant.
Man, how can they say no to that? I only have 4 competitors, man.
Laura, repeat that. You got to repeat that. Some of these folks miss it. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You threw me off, and I've been doing this all my life.
All right. So, Mr. Simpson, did I hear you correctly? You just said you have an appointment with one of my competitors?
Yes, next Tuesday at 3 p.m.
Oh, wow. Well, that's not good because I only have 4 competitors. One is death, disability, illness, and the last one is old age. And it's my job to see my clients before my competitors do. What are you doing tomorrow at 6 so that I can see you way before one of my competitors shows up at your doorstep?
Wow. Well, put it that way. Tomorrow's fine. Let's do it. Tomorrow's good.
All right, sounds good. I will see you at 6 o'clock.
Sounds good. I look forward to seeing you.
All right, same here. All righty.
And that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's a slam dunk. That's let me put a value to that nugget, Robert. Let me put a value to that nugget real quick. Hold on a second.
Put one on there. Put one on there.
Let me look into the meter. Click, 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 click. Oh my God, that's an $80,000 value, buddy.
Well, there you go.
$80,000 on that nugget right there. Take it to the BANK, folks. Make it happen. Great job.
Get the appointment. All righty.
All right.
Cheers.
Get more appointments.
We'll see you guys on the next call, and we will see you at Live and Grow.
All right, guys. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for everybody being on, the participants. And as usual, God bless. Have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you somewhere soon.
Cheers,
All right.
Talk to you later, buddy.